Yo, what is going on, you guys? Bashtian YGO here, and back at it again with the full week that we're going to be having of just deck profiles non-stop, essentially. And we might take a break every now and then to do a quick analysis, but next on our list is going to be Sky Striker. Now for Sky Striker, I know that the my favorite build going into before Power of the Elements was a going first build, very similar to the one that won YCS Hartford, playing cards like Trap Trick in the main deck, playing D-Barrier in the main deck as well. I want to go ahead and switch that up to make it a strictly going second variant. Sky Striker naturally benefits from going second, but not only that as well. The format, the way it's going, and with sprites, tier elements, with Sword Soul branded Despia, you know, you can't forget Punk, you know. Those are all decks that, of course, are going to be the best decks of the format, but not only that, they can play around so many hand traps that Sky Striker player going first to out-resource someone when they're not taking full advantage of it. So I want to go ahead and make a strict full blast going second Sky Striker build with side deck made to potentially go first as well, so you can flip-flop between the two depending on what you believe your opponent is going to make you do. But I think that's something really definitely exciting for Sky Striker to begin with. So if you guys do like these videos, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and also go ahead and make sure to smash that like button as well and that subscribe button as well. I'm gonna put a quick graphic here just to get a quick picture. It looks like over 96% of you guys are not subscribed just yet, so go ahead and do me a quick favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become part of the community. And without further ado, guys, go ahead and get right into it. Oh, but of course, I did just recently create a Bashtian YGO Instagram account, so go ahead and make sure you follow me. Name will be down in the description as well. Give me a follow and come through and go ahead and chat. And if you guys want to do, that's definitely going to be the best place to reach me as well. We'll link up. Alright guys, start off with the monster lineup. I played Triple Ray and Double Rose. Really nothing's changed as far as this lineup is concerned. It's probably still going to be the best, most consistent way to go ahead and play this. Playing Triple Rose is really going to be really bricky at one point. You don't want to have too many monsters in your hand, and the monsters you do want in your hand are going to be hand traps as well. So I only recommend playing a third Rose potentially if you're going to be playing Pot of Desires in the deck. So you're going to most likely going to play that at 2 in case you banish any of your Rays or Roses. That way you go ahead and maximize your potential to not, you know, banish your only monster in a deck essentially. So I would only recommend playing 3 rows, 3 and 3 when you're playing Desires. Anytime, I think 3 and 2 is still going to be just fine. And I'm really excited for us to get that new support for Sky Striker in the near future. So be ready for a new profile when when the new cards, I should say, eventually do come out. For the hand traps, guys, we play 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and 3 Effect Veiler. So why do I choose to play these specific 9 hand traps? So for the monster hand trap lineup, at least, Ash stops everything, hits Brand Diffusion, can hit Sprite, I should say, can hit tier elements if you gotta hit the right card as well with them, of course. Hits every single deck, the most generic, so definitely triple Ash. If you can only play 1 hand trap, I would definitely go ahead and go Ash Blossom, of course. Ghost Ogre has become really good as far as just becoming a little bit more relevant into the competitive metagame, of course. So Ghost Ogre hits his Sprite really roughly if when they're activating Gigantic Sprite. You go ahead and Ghost Ogre the effect of Special Summon, you're destroying it, and then the effect does not resolve. Ghost Ogre is really good because of that. Also fantastic against Sword Soul. You go ahead and get rid of their Moye, and then they are not able to then Synchro Summon unless they have a 10 Yi in hand. But okay, if they have the 10 Yi, they have the 10 Yi. It's just fortunately how it goes. Or the Long Yuan as well. And then Effect Veiler, I really thought about cutting out the Effect Veiler, potentially put a DD Crow, because that would have been really good, especially in this deck, or any deck, because it's really good in the format period. But I think Effect Veiler is needed in Sky Striker just so you can go ahead and link climb into Access Code Talker. So that's the only real reason I have Effect Veiler over DD Crow. If you disagree with that, definitely go ahead and put DD Crow in here. It's really hard decision to go ahead and make, but one I had to make, unfortunately, nonetheless. Alright guys, so now we're done with the monsters. Time for the spells. For the spells, I play 3 copies of Sky Striker Widow Anchor, 2 copies of Afterburn, 1 multi-roll, 1 engage, 1 area 0, 1 Hornet Drones, 1 Shark Cannon, 1 Jamming Waves, and these are all of the Sky Striker card spells that I'm playing in the main deck as well. So you might see the Jamming Waves is a bit of a different one that you may have noticed. So I want to go ahead and put in Jamming Waves only because I know that with board breakers being real big and real popular, essentially, I want to go ahead and make sure that I can go ahead and deal with any type of trap set board breakers. I'm talking potentially torrential tributes that might be set, things like that, solemns that might be set. I really fear for those cards now more than ever, just because of the reliance on the normal summon, plus any floodgates that would affect the deck. So things like goes and match, things like that. That's definitely something that's going to hurt Sky Striker quite a bit. So having this searchable out to it is really, really good, and just be able to recur it with cards like Kagari and activate it again if need be. Again, this is a going second build, so I want to have something that would definitely be able to go ahead and destroy any type of spells, traps my opponent would then have. And then, of course, as far as the rest of the Sky Striker cards, those are all pretty much standard. I consider playing a third Afterburn just because I do want to go ahead and just get rid of my opponent's monsters, but at that point, I mean, 2, it's searchable, not really a need for a third one. You can recur it if anything. If anything, I would potentially play like a Regeki in the main deck, but we haven't finished with the spells, guys. Get right into it with the rest of them. Let's go ahead and put this to the side. So for the rest of the spells, of course, we are playing the best card in Sky Striker, which is Mystic Mind. You are playing going second build, so there's nothing more satisfying than go ahead and just activate Mystic Mind on your opponent's fully set board, and then you go freely about your plays. Another card that I still want to go ahead and keep in this deck is Demise of the Land. This is fantastic in this format, especially going second, because especially against the Sprite matchup, when your opponent goes activate Totally Awesome to special summon Duke Frog from deck, you say great, chain Demise of the Land because they special summoned, and then you go ahead and activate Mystic Mind from deck unless they negate either this or Mystic Mind, which in other words you are still baiting out a negate with that. Tier Elements go ahead and special summon during your turn as well. So can Branded Despy as well. So a lot of decks special summon during your turn, and having Demise of the Land in here to easily access Mystic Mind is still going to be really, really good in this deck. Then for the last few spells we got in the deck, guys, I play main deck triple Dark Ruler No More, Terraforming, Reinforcement of the Army, and Called by the Grave. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I think Dark Ruler No More is on the brink of becoming potentially a necessary main deck card. And with this, it's really just a matter of how well does it benefit the deck. I'm playing a strictly going second Sky Striker with potentially going first with the side deck. Its spell benefits Sky Striker as well. Overall, it just has so much really, really phenomenal synergy that I cannot justify not playing 3 copies of it in my main board, essentially. So then we play, of course, the Order for the Searcher, Called by the Grave, self-explanatory. The rest of the cards are self-explanatory as well. Now on to the traps. So for the traps, guys, I played 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. So this is extremely, extremely good card to go ahead and out things like the any barrier statue stun nonsense, any type of like impen stun nonsense. So really against Luandries this helps out quite a bit. But not only that, you can also hit the Gigantic's, not Gigantic's, you can't hit Gigantic's Flight with this, but you can hit the Sprite Elf whenever they want to go and bring back Totally Awesome, negate the effect, and then you carry on about your plays. So really, really good card to go ahead and just keep using, just getting around your opponent's monster effects really good. Again, if you want to either take out the effect railers or these for DD Crows, I'm not really going to be too upset in the event you're wondering. So that's something that I, again, very, very much consider. I definitely want to go ahead and play DD Crow in this deck somehow, but unfortunately I just was not able to find that space. So I want to go ahead and play a 40 card deck, and that's exactly what I did. This is a 40 card Sky Striker going second build. If you want to play 43 cards and have those 3 be DD Crows, by means, all power to you. But this is going to be the best way to go ahead and play Sky Striker, I believe, at least moving forward. And now that's going to be it for the main deck, guys. 40 card main deck. Now on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're not really reinventing the wheel. Just want to go ahead and keep it simple. 3 Kagari, 3 Shizuku, 3 Hayate, 1 Kaina, and 1 Zeke for your Sky Striker Link monsters. Really not much else that needs to be said. I mean, it's pretty standard. Maybe one extra Hayate that most people are definitely used to. And then for the other links, 1 Hulk, 1 Celine, 1 Access Code Talker, and 1 Dark Charmer Gloomy. So this is the only card that I would potentially go ahead and take out. I'm not sure for what exactly just yet, because I was thinking of potentially putting like Abyss Dweller in here in the event you can go ahead and summon out Ray and Rose, both level 4s, go make Abyss Dweller, but then you have a monster in the main monster zone. And with Sky Striker, that's the last thing I really want to do, because it turns off all of my spell cards, essentially, all of my Sky Striker spells. And really doesn't allow me to gain as much advantage as I want, so potentially I could make this into an IP Masquerena. And then you can go and use IP Masquerena to go into Access Code Talker as well, potentially depending on the board that you have, and then make it, you know, indestructible, whatever it might be. So that's another route I could potentially take this. But if you guys have any suggestions, definitely go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. Potentially like a TG Wonder Magician type thing, shooting risers, so to have a target with the Hulk in case that gets negated as well. So definitely have a lot of options going for ourselves. But again, if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and let me know in the comments section down below, guys. If you guys want to take a quick look at the side deck as well, I'll go ahead and show you. Side deck is something that's definitely still in progress, but something I want to go ahead and show you guys. Of course, you play triple Nib, triple Droll, double Regeki, triple Twister, Metaverse, and 3D Barrier. So this is going to be the going first package. I potentially want to go ahead and continue to put Trap Trick in here instead of Droll and Lockbird, but that's something that I'm still debating on if it's worth it, if it's worth the risk of putting that in instead of Droll and Lockbird. So this is still a work in progress, but something I'm definitely still comfortable with taking to locals, of course, while I go ahead and test it out. And if you have Lightning Storms instead of Raigekis, of course, go ahead and play those. I just don't have them as well. So that's going to be it for the deck profile, guys. Main deck, extra, and side deck. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm on the comments constantly, so I have not gotten to yours. My apologies, but I'll be with there. I'll be getting to you guys as soon as possible. But yeah, so go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys did enjoy this video and enjoyed these type of deck profiles, again, go ahead and let me know by smashing that like button down below and subscribe for more, guys. I know, like I said earlier, around 96-97% of you guys have not been subscribed just yet, so go ahead and do me a favor, subscribe down below. Maybe helping me out quite a bit, guys. The growth in this channel has been absolutely amazing for the past few months, and I really have you guys think about it to thank for the amazing growth. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.